I want you to close your eyes for a moment and go back to when you were just learning about trading. You probably heard of the RSI indicator and watched multiple videos on RSI trading strategies. They are extremely common, and almost every single one looks something like this. Buy when the RSI is oversold, sell when the RSI is overbought. So you probably tried to build a trading strategy using this idea and found it didn't work very well. Like, yes, it's green, but this is the SPY chart since 1993, and it's only up $13,000. That's not exactly uber profitable. And if you go to a chart that hasn't just basically gone straight up for the last 31 years, it is a really ugly strategy. So you probably wrote off the RSI indicator as some indicator that doesn't work and moved on in your trading career. But please don't do that. The RSI is a very useful indicator. I use it to objectify strength or weakness of stock in a handful of my own created strategies. I think the issue comes with that extremely popular Warren Buffett quote: "Be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy." So people look at the RSI and they go, oh my gosh, look at how much everyone's selling. Everyone's so scared. I'm going to be the haha smart guy and I'm going to buy, or vice versa when they sell. But that's not what Warren Buffett meant with that quote, right? Take the next layer of understanding of what overbought and oversold means. Oversold means everyone's selling. Is that really, as an active trader, where you want to be buying your stocks? And then when everyone's buying the stock, that's where you decide it's time to go ahead and close your position? It doesn't work that way. In your long-term fundamental analysis of your investments, it might work that way. That's what Warren Buffett is speaking on. But when we're actively trading in and out of stocks relatively quickly, we don't want to be buying where everyone is selling and selling where everyone is buying. So watch what happens to my results if I simply flip these. We are now going to buy when the RSI breaks over 50, and we're going to sell when the RSI gets oversold under 30. So we're flipping the script here. All of a sudden, we've gone from $10,000 up to now $25,000 up on this SPY chart. And remember this block chart that was big red? Now it's big green, because instead of trying to buy all of these dips, it bought the strength, rode all the strength out, and then sold the dip instead. But that wasn't a real strategy. That was way too simplified to be plugged in and used as a real strategy. It was just so I could visually show you how using the RSI value as overbought is actually a better time for you to be buying, and oversold is a better time for you to be selling. You can now take that information and plug it into other strategies, like my runners day trading strategy, which crushed DRUG 2 days ago. Yesterday, it tried to take DRUG again, once again looking for continuation, and it got stopped out. And it got stopped out here. Why is my Zoom doing that? It got stopped out here because the RSI broke below 40. So in this strategy, I utilize that, hey, if the RSI is signaling that everyone is selling this stock, I also want to be selling this stock. So I use RSI less than 40 as sort of a trailing stop loss. And the RSI indicator can be utilized as a buy low, sell higher indicator as well, but not solely. It can't be the only reason why you are buying. Hey, the RSI is low, let's go buy the stock. I mean, look at what happens here when this RSI breaks down below 40. What happens with the rest of the stock? My reversal strategy, my thesis when I wanted to build this strategy, was that I wanted to buy dips, but I wanted to buy dips on strong stocks. So I utilized the RSI indicator as my buy dip condition. Hey, is the stock currently weak? But then I also add a moving average indicator. The stock must also be above the 200 simple moving average. I begin buying when both of those conditions are true. I will buy up to 10 times as long as the RSI is below 40. Then I sell when the RSI comes up and breaks above 45. So in this instance, I do utilize the RSI as a buy when it's down, sell when it's up. Just once again, not standalone. The RSI does not work in that way as a standalone indicator. Let me show you another very fun way we can make use of the RSI study. I'm in the scan tab now, and if I add a study filter, we can of course use the RSI study as a scan for strong or weak stocks. Let's say I only want to see stocks where the daily RSI is greater than 70. Right now we're looking at TSM and GEVO. If I load in, I've already got TSM up. This stock is ripping today. The current RSI is sitting at 74. Obviously a very, very strong stock. The second stock was GEVO. This stock also absolutely ripping today. RSI is at 79. You could do the same thing the other way. Say, hey, I only want to see, really weak stocks for whatever reason. If this is the way you want to scan, I only want to see stocks with an RSI that's less than 30. When this loads in, we'll take a look at a couple of the stocks there. And then I'm going to show you a very unique and fun way we can use the RSI in scans like this. So the first stock is Lucid. This stock I know just announced an offering. I saw it on Twitter yesterday. Of course, RSI down here, less than 30, sitting at 28. We also have MTEM, just some penny stock getting crushed. RSI at 26. Now, let's talk about another very fun way we can make use of RSI, and that is not caring about the actual value itself of the RSI, but rather the rate of change of the RSI. So what is the difference between the RSI today versus the RSI from yesterday? I only want to see stocks that have a massive shift in their RSI values. That will return me only stocks that are making big moves today, right? So if I do the RSI of today minus the RSI from yesterday is greater than 10. Let's try this and see what kind of stocks this returns us. Hopefully I did that calculation correctly. This, if I did do it correctly, should show us stocks where the RSI from today is greater than 10 from the RSI of yesterday. First stock we've got on here, NUZE. This should hopefully be having a huge green day. It is. Yesterday, the RSI value on this thing was sitting at 24. Today, on a massive 377% day, the RSI is sitting at 76. Obviously, much more than 10 times greater. We've got TVGN, also another big green day. Yesterday, the RSI was at 67. Today, the RSI is at 82, more than 10 times greater. And of course, we could knock this down to smaller time frames as well. If I knock this down to the 5-minute time frame, I'm also actually going to lower the RSI value we're looking at. I doubt there's a lot of 5-minute candles where the RSI is 10 times greater than the previous. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong in that, but let's go ahead and look. We've got Nokia apparently on a spike right now. This thing I don't think trades a lot of intraday volume, so yeah, it's kind of ugly, but you can see, hey, the RSI last bar was 56. It's now 64. That's more than 4 times greater. So now you are getting a more real-time scan of, hey, what bars are moving right now. And once again, that is utilizing the RSI, but nothing to do with the value of the RSI, simply the rate of change of the RSI. That's going to be it for today. Just a simple one on some different and fun, unique ways you can actually make the RSI indicator useful. Hit like if you learned something, subscribe if you would like to learn more, and if you've been interested in any of the custom strategies, indicators, or scanners that you've seen today, over 70 of them are available for import on my website, daytradingstrategies.net, in which there's a link in the description down below. Go sign up and become a better trader today. With all that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one.